Why are you pulling wheelies on the highway, man? Dude, he just can't help it. He's a goon. Why did he say that?
So I'm handcuffed, and as he is putting me in the back of his car, my phone starts to ring. And as that happened, an officer came and grabbed me, put me in a jail cell, and was like, "You're gonna be safer here, I promise."
No. All right, guys, welcome back to the PeckBrothers show. We are back this week, and at the time of recording this, we have 8,404 subscribers on the podcast channel.
Yeah.
You got to put on your headphones. You probably can't even hear nothing, Alex. And we are upgrading equipment because now both cameras have fans, and they should both be working this entire time. So thanks, Alex.
Yeah, and on the last podcast, one of the lenses would not focus. It would focus, and then it was like you're kind of in the desert and you see water a little bit,
A mirage.
A mirage.
There
that's
you
what
go.
it looked like,
Yeah. So both cameras are set up now. Pretty good. This is a learning experience. We've never done. A lot of our stuff's really run and gun for the main channel, and so, wanting to make it kind of a high quality, sort of cool vibe in here. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, and we're back in the studio this time. We're not out somewhere else, and it's just going to be us three this time.
It is. What a wild, last 3 weeks. Dude, it's been absolutely out of hand. And that kind of, yesterday, today's Tuesday. We're shooting this podcast on Tuesday. You're probably going to edit it tonight, I'm guessing.
Tonight, and then it'll be ready tomorrow.
It'll drop on Wednesday. So for everybody watching on Wednesday, this was shot yesterday. And we got home Sunday night, and yesterday was just like a slow day. And I went to my wife, Lou, and I was just not having a good day. I don't know if my outlook was just super negative. I don't know what the deal was, but
sometimes you just wake up in a bad mood. It happens to me all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it genuinely, I was just having a hard day, and I was like,
you were way behind on sleep.
Yeah.
Probably add that.
Well, yeah, I mean, so when we left, we weren't, so if everybody watching all of our videos, when we left to go dyno my Jeep, that was the last time we were home until now. And so we were gone for,
over 2 weeks.
Over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And we went to Lake Powell. You guys might have seen that podcast that we shot on the houseboat.
Lake Canada.
Or, excuse me.
Try
Lake
not
Canada.
to be tapping the table.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
We read the comments. We know what's going on.
We're listening.
I talk with my hands. I talk with my hands. Anyways, we were down there, and I edited both of our videos this last week. And so between shooting and editing and getting everything that we need, I really didn't. We were in Trail Hero last week. I went out once. We went wheeling, and it was at night. And then, I mean, it's just been kind of a super hectic 3 weeks because we've been gone. And I was talking to my wife, and I was like, I just don't know what's wrong with me. I have such a good life, and I love my life so much, but I'm just miserable. I don't know what the deal is. And I was kind of what I'm doing, staying up and living my life the way that I'm living it, isn't getting me very far. I need your help to get out of this. And so whatever you say I need to do, I'm going to just do it because I don't want to feel this way. And we just started kind of breaking down simple things. Are you drinking water? Are you, getting sleep? Are you doing all these things? And I was like, no. And so we talked about it a bunch, and it's always been a big deal to me, health-wise, to try and be doing these things. And anyways, just one thing that I decided to do that Lou told me that I should do last night, I didn't have my phone with me or next to me while I was asleep, and I went to bed at 9:30, which is way earlier for me to go to bed. And I left my phone in the kitchen. And I woke up this morning, and normally I have to get on my phone to wake up because I just don't want to get up in the morning. And so I didn't get on my phone until after I got out of the shower. And I was so noticeably happier this morning. It was nuts. That small thing like literally made me so much happier this morning. I couldn't believe something that small could make such an impact. And then I ate a good breakfast, came out here, and I was like, man, life's good. You know, you don't look on Instagram and see the world is literally falling apart. Everyone hates each other. You know, people are getting offed by each other. And like, I don't know. I just want to share that. Like, you might be feeling awful, but you're probably not, like, you don't have to make that many tweaks to start feeling better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually had the same exact thing happen, not yesterday or whatever, but like for some reason, well, I'll get into the reason why I think that this is the case and why that happened for you. When you do that, for some reason, it does just make your day better. But I think the reason why is because you are in control the second you wake up. I think when you first thing you want to do when your brain tells you, hey, grab that phone, check out what's up, because it's the easiest thing to do, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
what is the part of your brain that's the quickest how a baby uses it?
Your prefrontal cortex.
Cortex. When you're using that, you're just being impacted by emotion. You're just whatever goes, really. Like you don't have to think. You just can shut your brain off and do whatever that tells you to do in your brain, and you're not in control. You're not thinking. You're not progressing. You're not trying to be better, where you're like, you know what, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to do a little stretch. I'm going to just lay here in bed and think about the things I'm grateful for or the things I'm excited about, or, you know, whatever the circumstance is that day. You get up, you leave your phone there, you get in the shower, you get ready. You just took the first step to be in fully control of yourself that day. I think, you know, you get up, you come back to your phone, you're like, you know what? I don't even need you. You know, I don't even need to look at that news anymore. I don't care. I don't even want it.
Well, like, have either of you guys ever been morning people? That's my big problem is like, I sit in bed and just want to die because how bad I don't want to get out of bed.
It's crazy. I've had sleep issues for like the past probably 5 years. Like sometimes I just can't sleep good. And sometimes I'll go through phases where I do sleep. But I mean, I've gone through phases where I'll just sit up all night and then it's like, well, it's time to get back up. Like I just can't sleep. And then I found some like natural stuff that helped. And then I was taking that for a minute and then I got off of it. And I just like ever since I got off of it, or I don't use it, I've just been so groggy in the mornings. Like I go to bed, like I turn the TV off, like I don't fall asleep to anything. I'll just fall asleep and I wake up and I'm just like, oh, this is horrible. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything today. And I don't know why. I can't put my finger on why. Like,
didn't you used to sleep with AirPods in? Or do you still sleep with AirPods
Sometimes
in?
If I can't sleep and it's like 2 or 3 a.m., I'll throw, headphones in and listen to a podcast and it'll take my head off or take my brain out of like what I'm stressed about or what's coming up, or like my brain just won't shut off. It lets me just like think about something else and it'll put me to sleep.
Have you seen the conspiracy thing where they show like NFL athletes, and all of these NFL athletes have like wired headphones? And it was this guy, it's got this real dramatic music and it's like
to sleep?
No, just like using them. Like super inconvenient. You're like, those guys make, $20 million a year NFL contract, and they're using wired headphones. And anyways, it was this huge conspiracy thing about how like frequencies from like AirPods or Bluetooth sort of headphones impact your neurological activity. Do you believe in that?
I haven't looked into it. I know it's probably not like the best thing. People talk about the radiation, and obviously AirPods is like, what's the word? Comply with like the federal rules of what radiation, it can't be over a certain amount, just like phones, just like anything.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're some like making your brain an alien.
Yeah. I wish I was smarter in that department. I wish I knew more about that. Because I don't know. It was a conspiracy thing. Definitely somebody doing it to get attention and get views, because it's definitely going to be a shareable thing. Our mom sends us so much stuff. It's like, it's so like,
yeah, the world's trying to get you through receipts. That was like the last thing. Don't touch receipts.
Yeah. What's that about,
dude? Well, so I know what they're saying. Whether or not it's like the case is really interesting. But the idea is that there's some sort of way that like the microplastics in receipts, or some sort of chemical that's used on those receipts, they get onto your skin and they disrupt like your endocrine system, and it can mess up your hormones, and it's like supposedly terrible for you.
It can't be any worse than all of the brake cleaner and the gasoline, the oil, the grease, all of the stuff we touch. It can't be even half that bad. And we've done a lot.
Oh my God.
That's what's it's so hard though, because like you definitely don't err on the side of trusting the government. Like we got a track record of the government not being responsible, like
pretty much since the earth was formed.
Like we have no reason.
Dang near question everything.
Yeah, you dang near question everything from the government. But then on the other hand, now there's so many people that are getting so much attention, so many views for making a conspiracy about everything. So then now, it's like, who do you trust,
Well, that is like we would talk about. Nobody that makes these claims ever goes back and says,
totally,
hey, I was wrong.
Totally.
They just keep, like, they'll die on that hill.
Yeah.
Even though they know it ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
nobody fixes the errors.
We were talking about that the other day. If you guys are a listener of podcasts, one of the biggest podcasts in the country is the Sean Ryan Show. And I love the Sean Ryan Show. He talks about like special forces guys and their stories. Anyway, super entertaining. And I saw this thing. He came out on Facebook and he was like, hey, we said this on our podcast like a month ago. And it just came to our attention. It came back that the intel that we got that we said was false. And he like apologized for spreading or saying this false narrative about this because they had bad intel. And I was like, well, that's somebody that I can trust now, because at least maybe what he's saying may not be 100% true, but it's as true as he can possibly think that he's never going to say anything that he knows is a lie, because he'll retract things that he said that weren't true.
Well, if you step back and look at that, like humans are interesting in that aspect where our minds are burnt in to not ever be wrong.
Oh yeah, it's a pride thing.
It's an
ego thing.
Yeah, definitely a majority of that. But like, what's wrong with being wrong? That's how we learn.
I think what's wrong with being wrong is when you're wrong, you feel dumb.
Right.
And it's not fun to feel dumb.
Right. Well, yeah. I think it's even deeper than that. You go like deeper, like biologically, I guess evolutionarily, however you believe that. If you are wrong, now you aren't adding something to, the tribe. You're irrelevant. And so you don't matter. And that's like one of the biggest needs mentally for a human is to be relevant, to matter. And so when you're wrong, I mean, it's in total dispute with that.
Yeah, and I mean that's a hard thing to ever like remember, because obviously we always want to be right. Obviously we progress further as humans when we're right, and we're working with people that are right. We're solving problems when we're right. Everything's based upon being right and knowledge and just wisdom in general. But like nobody ever remembers it's okay to mess up,
Yeah.
It's okay to say something that's wrong. You can apologize. You can go back on it.
Yeah.
But just, don't be so sure you'll take it to the grave when you're not really that sure,
Yeah.
Let's just...
Well, I mean, I don't like, do you think that, or do you think it's like, because the problem with that is then you become somebody who isn't sure of anything. And then you're on the fence about everything. There's gray area with everything, and then you're not sure of anything, like I find myself in that department all the time with like, hey, do you think this 450 pit bike will skip on water? It's like, I have what I think, but I don't want to be wrong, so you don't even say it. But I think it's way better to live life saying what you think, and then if you're wrong, you were wrong.
You just need to preface it with, this is what I think, not what I know.
Yeah,
or not what this
Guaranteed.
is fact.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's true.
This is my educated guess. But this I don't know for sure. Where most people come out and it's like, yeah, that will. It's like, what do you mean it will? You don't know.
Yeah. How do you know?
Okay, so the video that we're making this week is about our work truck and about the fact that we managed to break the strongest truck we've ever owned. Speaking of like making inferences, when that happened that night, it was 4 a.m. You were alone in the work truck. Me and Alex were in his truck pulling the Charmac trailer with my Jeep in it right after we got done dynoing it. We were on our way to Las Vegas.
After a couple 2 a.m. nights.
We had
And
been
early
we
mornings.
had been awake for 23 hours straight.
But it's
but it's not just that. It's
the days
just
leading up to that,
a couple
too.
hours of sleep before that,
Yeah.
just to make that
Yeah,
dyno
that's
run.
true. That's true. So when that happened, did you think you knew what was wrong with it? Because originally you said you thought the transmission was shot.
Well, I'll tell you the quick story. We're on our way east from Tooele, coming back into Salt Lake, and like I said, I'm by myself, and I was so tired.
It was bad.
I was okay to drive. Like I wasn't, dozing off.
I called
like
you
sleeping.
beforehand.
Yeah.
I called you like probably 5 minutes, and I was like, Braid, because you don't do very good with no sleep.
No, my mind was okay. Like I was okay to drive, but like
your eyes.
it was my eye. It was like my body was just tired. I'm like, I can drive, I can get a little ways. So I'm cruising, and my body's so tired. I didn't even really have the energy to just turn up the radio and link my phone up to it and listen to music. So it was
We
dead.
should not have been driving.
It was
dude.
dead silent in the truck. Okay?
No way.
Dead silent. And of course, you got big old loud mud tires, So
Oh, yeah.
there was wah, 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 wah going
I'm
down
pretty
the
sure
road.
there's a unit bearing in the front going out too.
Yeah.
That's true.
The thing is so this truck is a 350 dually hooked to a 44-foot
A 44-foot deck.
deck. So it's a 53
52,
foot
53, 50. Yeah.
It's huge.
It's way huge.
triple
and it
axle.
sucks to pull.
Yeah, triple axle trailer with 3 heavy rigs on it. And it's dark. We're loaded up with tires and gas cans and tools and all kinds of. It was heavy.
And the heaviest rig was on the front.
Yeah.
So like literally Dad's Jeep was in the bed of the truck.
And that trailer, like no shade to what is it, load trail? No shade. But those axles are way too far back on that trailer. Like
there are ways.
when you're pulling it, like you say, if there's something heavy in front of something that's not heavy, the entire thing's in the bed of your truck.
They do that though for a reason.
Why is that?
Because the trailer can't actually handle all of the weight you would put if they were more towards the center. You can get more out of the trailer if more of the truck is handling the weight.
It makes sense. Like that's a positive, but the two negatives are one, you have a ton of payload right in your truck.
Yeah.
What is the payload? Is that what they consider payload? Like,
Well, payload I think is what is in the bed of your truck. Like the weight over the rear axle.
can we
I don't know.
look up how much that truck should be? Like what it's rated for payload wise?
Well, you can
After you're
but
done with this?
Anyways, the second
we don't
one.
want to call ourselves out doing illegal things here.
Never mind. Maybe we shouldn't.
The second thing that sucks about the axles being so far back is the turning.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because when
it's
they're
terrible.
way far back and you turn, it doesn't follow your truck. And so you have to take corners wider than semis because they're so far back, it just pivots off of that back axle that it's terrible.
We
It's the
couldn't even
worst
hardly
trailer.
get it out of our driveway. When we did the last video with the storage container video and we put in the driveway, I went and got a culvert extension and we widened the driveway because we couldn't even get it out of the compound.
Yeah, we should measure that one day. Just straight line, crank the truck as sharp as it'll go, and measure from the outside of the truck to where those tires cross, I'll bet it's 25 feet.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
It makes it
insane.
not even like it's kind of fun towing trailers with like cool things on them. I hate pulling that trailer.
That trailer is decent though. If you are doing 85 on your way to St. George on the highway, it's pretty straight shooting. I don't know if it's the triple axle sort of thing.
Okay,
But
let's get back to the
anyways,
story.
what did you think was wrong with the truck initially?
Well, I'm telling you.
All right, tell the
here.
story then.
So we're on the highway going probably, 60-ish?
Yeah, maybe 65.
So
70.
I'm following these guys. They're both in the truck in front of me with the Charmac trailer behind it.
Just trying to stay awake.
Yep.
I was talking to you because, yeah.
And everything's quiet, cruising down the road, and all of a sudden, I look down, and right at split second, I look down and see the RPMs. Vroom, and I'm like, what? No pop, no weird noises.
No pop.
No nothing. And I was like, our tranny's slipping. So I let off the gas and I put it in manual mode because I'm like, maybe I just lost a gear. So I put it in manual mode and I shift down, give us some gas. Whoom! Didn't move. And I'm still just coasting. I'm like, what just happened? Like, feels like I'm in neutral. And
Try figuring that out like in the middle of the day.
yeah.
It's still hard. And then try figuring it out at 4
when
a.m.
you should have been in bed 3 days ago. And I'm looking at the transfer case. I'm like, we're still in gear. I'm like, we probably just lost a transfer case, but I feel like it would have popped. I'd have heard something if the transfer case went out, you know?
Did you
And I
think
was
you
like,
were hallucinating at any point?
No.
It felt real.
It was sure because I was giving it gas and it wasn't going. I'm
When
like,
you
this
said
ain't
transfer case, I was like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense because our buddy Eddie, he's had at least one. I
No,
think
two.
two go out. Our Uncle Nick had one go out, and they're like fairly new trucks. So
Yeah.
it seems like transfer case quality's going down. So I was like, that probably makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, and it's not like we're easy on the truck, so you just never know. Like, we're easy, but we just
Yeah.
pull a ton of
Well,
weight.
we pull a ton of weight, and then, snow flies, and we're pulling snowmobile trailers with four-wheel drive, trying to get them in and out of parking lots. Like, we're not, we use the trucks.
Yeah. So then I'm like, you know what? If I didn't hear a pop or anything weird, maybe it's probably the transmission. But I was like confused because I was like, that tranny's been solid. Like, it's never shifted weird that I know of. It's never bucked or done, slipped. It hasn't hiccuped at all. I'm like, I don't think it's the transmission, but what else would it be?
Yeah.
I'm in gear.
Yeah.
Like, it should be going.
And no pop.
No pop. So I get to a point where I'm still coasting and I'm obviously slowing down fairly quick, and I see an off ramp that's uphill. So I pull over, and luckily nobody's on the road. So I just shifted over. Real
And at what
fast.
point did you call me and Alex?
Right as I was coming up to a stop.
Okay.
I call you guys, and it was so weird because I came up and I'm like, go to put it in park. I put it in park, and it's ringing, and I start going backwards. I'm like, what in the heck? So I hit the brakes, and I'm like, I'm in park. I guess we lost park. In whatever we
Those are things you don't think about.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe it is a transfer case because if it's blown, it's done. So anyways, I'm putting on the e-brake as hard as I can. It works okay, but it wasn't enough to hold up
100,000 pounds.
Yeah, going up an on-ramp or an off-ramp. So I'm talking to you guys, and that's where you recorded.
And that's where the video starts.
You're like, hold on. Let me grab the camera before you say anything.
Well, I still had the camera. It was in between my legs. Was I editing yet? Or we were just talking?
We were just talking, but you had the camera like right there.
It was right there. And so he calls and he's like,
It's like, hey, we got a problem. And you're like, hold on. Let me record.
and I think he said, like, I think we broke the work truck. And right as I hit record, I'm like,
What?
hold up, what? And then he's like, and then that's when he said he thought that we lost the transmission. That's where the video starts.
Yeah, so this is the thing, was right in the area we were. I'm like, I don't think, like, it was a long highway with very few exits. So I'm like, they're not going to be able to turn around for a long time and come all the way back to me. So I'm going to have to just sit here and hold the freaking brakes for who knows how long.
And
at this point, you're thinking it's the transfer case.
Yeah, I thought transfer case. So I get off the phone with you guys, or I was still talking to you guys and holding the light, and I'm like, I'm gonna get around. I open the door and I look back, and it's just barreling smoke out the back. I'm like, where is the smoke coming from? Because I'm very diligent on watching temperatures on the truck. It wasn't hot at all, and I'm like, we got fluid on the exhaust. Something's happening, and I'm like, the truck's still idling.
It was a lot of smoke.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was pitch black, dark
you could
outside,
see the smoke.
And I shine my light, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of smoke, stressing me out because I'm like, here I am,
start on fire.
Yeah, if I start on fire, I can't it's gonna roll backwards because I'm holding the brakes. So I hop out as fast as I can. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a piece of wood that we use for the jacks. I'll stuff that behind the back tire and it'll hold it, from rolling back. So I get out, truck starts backing up. I'm running back, grab the piece of wood, throw it under the tire, and luckily it stopped the whole thing, and I was able to kind of get my phone out and look where the smoke was coming from. And obviously it was coming from the driver's side rear, and I get looking, and
you're still on the
fine.
phone with us too at this point.
No,
Yeah.
I think we'd rolled up.
No,
We weren't there yet.
That. No, so
you were right. We had turned around at the next exit
because we were in front of him.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding. It probably took us 30 minutes to get back to him. We had to turn around, get off another exit, go up a frontage road, flip another U, get back on. It was a pain to try to get back to him.
Yeah.
So that was the meantime. We're trying to find him. He's dealing with smoke.
Yeah, and I can't just wait that long not knowing what's going on.
No.
So I'm trying to figure out what's happening at 4 a.m. And I'm looking underneath, and the rear axle looks fine. The transfer case looks fine. I'm kind of wiggling the drive line, and I'm like, everything looks just fine, other than there's just smoke barreling out of the side of the driver's side. And I take my phone, I stand back up, and I walk to the back tire, and I see the hubcap is melted off of the wheel of the truck. I was like, oh my gosh, I found the problem.
Yeah.
I told you guys. And at that point, I think you guys were getting pretty dang close. So I'm like, well, we lost a freaking wheel bearing, and I don't know. It must have busted an axle shaft somehow. So I'm like, oh, well, you know what I could do? I could put the diff lock in, have the other side driving, and I'll pull off this exit and we can get to a parking lot, So I go in the truck and go to pull it, and I'm like, this truck wasn't equipped with a diff lock. So,
I've had it.
Yeah.
The reason that you thought the transmission or the transfer case broke was because you'd rev it, nothing would happen. Well, the axle shaft braking would make sense because with the carrier, that one is spinning, the other one's locked, but they're not both locked because it's an open diff. So if that axle shaft was snapped, that would make the most sense at the time of why it wouldn't go into park. It would keep rolling. You'd rev it up. Nothing would happen. It was just spinning that broken shaft.
Yep.
You know what was funny about that whole situation when we rolled up? You would think that because we were all exhausted. I know we've hit on that. But do you guys remember that it was kind of funny? Like I was in a kind of I was so tired, must have been so tired that stuff was kind of funny. You know what I mean? You know when you get like that?
Oh, yeah, we get like
when
that
everything
all the
kind
time.
of yeah, like
late at night.
we start giggling in here and it's 2 a.m. Somebody tells a joke that ain't any good, but it's hilarious because that was how that morning went for me. At least right there.
It was funny because it was just par for the course. Like, of course this happens.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to make light of it now.
This isn't just one of those, we'll fix it and then we'll head back down to where we're going. It's like, no, we got a plane to catch the next day.
Yeah.
And we need to be 12 hours south of there.
Yeah, with everything.
With
And
everything.
we were already 2 hours from home, so it's not like we could just go home, grab another truck, come back. We were already, on our way, far away from home. So
well, not
we
just
didn't
that,
have
but
options.
our wives needed the other trucks that were sitting here.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
we didn't even have that. So we were out of options,
That was anyway, that's what the video is going to come out on Sunday, and you're going to kind of get the full story of what exactly happened and why it happened. We kind of tear apart and figure out the reasoning behind that failure, but
We don't want to give too much away.
I mean,
'cause
everybody
that's gonna
watching is
be-
probably going to watch it anyways, but it's just kind of a funny story. So you're just going to have to wait and see on that video will drop on Sunday.
It does feel good to be home, though.
Oh, it feels so good.
Like yesterday was my first day home, and it was like sleeping in my own bed, making food in my own kitchen. Holy crap.
Well, what was
That
so
was nice.
fun too is like right before we left, the driveway got redone.
Mhm.
The storage containers are in. We haven't got to enjoy any of that or even put anything away.
Yeah.
It's all been just crammed in the shop. It was a disaster when we got home, and it felt so good to clean it out, and get back to what we're used to.
Yeah.
Trail Hero was pretty fun, though. I mean,
It was.
we worked a lot of it, but like at the end, we went jeeping like a couple times. Caleb went once, and then me and Caleb brought our dirt bikes, and we went dirt biking and went and found these guys. In
Okay,
the
wait a minute,
Jeeps.
wait a minute. So we had skipped the 450 pit bike, and I think one of those nights we went out and we were done with the video, and I started editing, and I edited for like it wasn't the same day. It was the day after I had edited. So
Yeah.
I think we finished the video at like noon, and I edited from like 1 till probably 3 in the morning. Slept on the couch and got up at like 9, and then edited from 9 till like, what was it, 4? Probably 4,
probably
4:30.
around 4. And this was on Saturday, and we were supposed to leave.
Yeah, we're
Sunday
leaving
to
tomorrow
come back
morning.
home.
And I'm like, I finally get it wrapped up. I'm pumped about it. It's uploading. And
Everybody was gone jeeping.
And I just gotta say, there was a lot of comments on that edit that was like, dude, that edit was good. Caleb spent
was.
a lot of time on that one, and it was good because there was a lot of effort in that.
that was, well, I think to me, when you have an idea like that, there's sometimes that you have a YouTube idea, and we had that idea for what, 4 months. We were wanting to do that video. And so when you have an idea like that and you think that, a lot of people are going to want to see that, and it's going to be exciting. You want to do the video as good as you can possibly do it to kind of capitalize on that situation you've got. And so that was definitely that scenario. And so I put a bunch of work into that edit. And anyways,
Hold on. Before we get past that, we did have a couple friends show up to help us film. That
Oh, yeah.
helped us got these crazy cool shots because we only have 2 Sonys and lenses that are for decently close up. We don't have like long range lenses. And we had our buddies from Blaze Off Road. His name's Mitchell. The dude's a baller.
Yeah, he's got some
Anytime-
sick equipment, and he's always down.
The best
it's
part
so
of that
cool.
was we were just going, and Caleb was stressed out of his mind. How are we going to get these shots? I don't know how to. We need more than just 1 or 2 shots of this. This is a big deal,
Yeah.
And I,
Oh, and then we didn't know how far we would make it. So it's like,
Where do we go?
where do
Yeah.
you go? How do you film the
Yeah.
whole thing?
where do I stand? It's in the water.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, wait, we got that Mitchell guy that helped us do the Cybertruck video.
Yeah,
Right,
he
and we-
came and helped us another time on another video, and
Yeah.
it was baller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it was
killed
good.
it too. And then one of you guys called him.
Alex called him.
Hey, dude, what are
While
you
we're
doing?
on the beach, ready
Yeah,
to go.
ready to film. The
Mhm.
sun was going down.
The sun, yeah. And so, yeah, if you watch the video, when Brady skips, the sun had set
the first time.
the first time. And so,
Yeah.
anyways,
Anyways, Mitchell was like, dude, that sounds freaking fun. What do you guys need? I'm on my way. And he only lived like 5 minutes away. And we needed some duct tape. He ran to Walmart for us, got his duct tape, came back, and he actually brought a buddy. His name's Joshua Walker, and he's a stud too.
Yeah,
and his boy.
Josh is sponsored by
Lumix?
Lumix cameras.
Yeah.
Like
crazy. Dude, their friggin' lenses were huge. They were as tall as Caleb.
Yeah.
Like 3 feet.
And then he brought his son. Joshua brought it. Yeah, they're as tall as me. He brought his son. He ran the drone.
It was just, we appreciate those guys. Like,
that
Mitchell
video
showing
wouldn't
up.
have been half as good if
Yeah.
it wasn't for all of that footage.
So, and if you guys don't know, Mitchell's business, Blaze Off Road, they sell like wiring harness kits for lights on pre-runners like F-150s, Toyotas. He's got insane parts. The dude really cares about his customers. Like, I got to talk to him for a while, and the dude's business, like, he's a good dude.
Yeah,
I really like that guy.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude.
He's a good dude.
We have a
So-
bunch of solid friends.
Yeah, we do. We always say that.
Yeah.
And we truly do. Like every week, I feel like we're like, man, that guy was awesome. You know, like I am so glad we're friends with him.
For real.
So,
For
anyways,
real.
I just wanted to shout out Mitch because he came through big time, helped our video be better, and cool dude.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
anyways.
okay, wait a minute. So after I had got this thing all wrapped up, I think we watched the end of it, and I got done with the thumbnail too, and it was uploading to YouTube, and it's like 4:30, and everyone's gone because everybody's out wheeling. And Alex, you were where? Why were you back?
I was doing something else that was work related. I can't remember if it was website stuff or
Was that the day
Podcast
Oh, it's for the
stuff.
giveaway.
you had diarrhea?
that's right.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that too.
Yeah.
No, everybody was out on the maze. Caleb and I had brought our dirt bikes down. Brady sold his, so he didn't have one.
Yeah.
But all day I was nagging Caleb. I was like, dude, they're going jeeping. Let's get on our dirt bikes and let's go find them. And I was nagging you for hours.
Oh, and I love riding so much, and so it was killing me, and I was all excited about it. 4:30 rolls around. Alex is like, let's go ride, and I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Been waiting all day, all week for this moment.
He fills the bikes up with gas. I borrowed some goggles from our buddy Paxton that was down there, and we take off. And we're riding side by side.
We're on the main
Golden
road.
hour. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Just perfect temperature. Bikes are running perfect.
Everything's great.
The highway's flat
Yep.
and
Not a lot of traffic.
45 mile an hour.
yeah, just
Yep.
beautiful.
And
I
I'm
look
behind Alex.
I look over at Caleb. He starts pulling some wheelies. I'm like, dude, that looks freaking fun. And then he'd go off, and there's jumps like in the 4-wheeler trail on the side of the highway, and he's wheeling there. I'm like, dude, a wheelie looks good right now.
So Alex pulls onto the highway. He's in front of me. And it was just,
Well, I was just gonna say this whole time, like, I'm looking for cop cars. Because
You were?
Yeah. I just do. My brain is just like, look for cop cars.
yeah, I don't,
Because
yeah.
we're always doing something wrong. Well, my bike wasn't registered. It's just not registered.
Wait a minute.
between-
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's going to, so he pulls onto the road and we're in fifth gear, just kind of a putt, and he's standing up and just kind of does a little putt wheelie. I mean, Alex can wheelie. I mean, through first, second, third, fourth, fifth, turn corners, and it was just a little fifth gear. Whoop.
First one of the day.
Didn't even hardly wheelie. And coming right past us
Was
is
two side by sides. I'm looking for cop cars. There's nothing. There's two side by sides coming down. I'm like, this is great. They're gonna think I'm cool.
they pass. The first guy
Like
passes.
they know who you are.
Well, they didn't.
The first guy passes, and all of a sudden I see cop lights on top of his side by side.
On or like a Ranger, Polaris
Oh,
Ranger or
jeez.
something.
And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, so I immediately put the wheelie down, get in learning position, act
Dude.
like I'm not doing anything.
So he
Pull
goes
your
by.
scriptures out.
The second one comes by, and this is a 4-seater, and he hits his lights.
And they flip around fast.
And I'm watching Alex. And I hate to admit it, but
You
watching
sped
Alex.
off.
Well, I'm watching him to see if he's going to just Because
You thought I was gonna take off?
we were right
Well,
where we could have been gone.
Well, and we may not have done that before. You can outrun a guy like that on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
I mean,
wouldn't
I
suggest
that's
it.
not who we are.
No, but
I was having flashbacks.
But I was like,
You can.
I was like, man, this is
would
gonna-
you have if I did?
Oh yeah, are you serious?
why would he stop?
Yeah.
Who's your
Oh,
friend? Get him
Yeah.
over, get him back
That
over here.
didn't even cross my mind.
Well, I'm glad it didn't because it's not the right thing to do. You definitely should stop. But I remember thinking, man, this might get
bad.
well, just intense. There's no way they're gonna catch
I
us.
knew it was gonna be bad because I remember watching a Sea Boys episode years ago where they were wheeling pit bikes on the highway. They got caught and they got hit with a reckless driving ticket.
Yeah.
So I had that going in the back of my mind. I'm like, dude, this is bad.
So he pulls over, and I pull over. I was like, whatever.
Good guy.
I didn't know. I genuinely, I didn't know if they were pulling both of us over because we were on the highway.
Well,
we were just
and
on the
Alex-
shoulder.
Alex hasn't had very good luck with cops.
Dude,
No.
I was having flashbacks.
Yeah. Well, he gets pulled over. We're sitting there. They pull up, and it's
Did he have the flat hat?
no. They were actually
They
pretty
were
chill
pretty
guys.
decent.
They
They,
were
were
pretty
like
cool
probably
guys.
30s.
Yeah.
Pretty, and there were 3 of them.
Yeah.
And the reason they were 3 of them is because in the Ranger or whatever in front of them, the 2-seater, they were carrying a guy to take him to jail
Oh,
from
I
a
didn't know
DUI.
that. Ooh.
So he's like, that's why we're rolling 3 deep. Is my partner had a guy that he was taking to jail, and so I was like, oh, they
these
do
guys
that.
aren't. These guys aren't playing games.
you guys
They're
take-
not. They're not giving warnings.
So you take people to jail in a side by side?
They did.
I guess.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, this is news to me.
That's why I got even more scared. I'm like, dude, they're not messing around.
no, they're not playing games. So he walks up and he's like, "Hey, so when you guys passed, I saw on your front forks that you didn't have an OHV sticker." I was like,
No, you did not see that.
"Yeah," I was like, "That's a stretch," but I didn't say anything. I stayed quiet. I was gonna say, "You didn't see that my
What did
bike
you
did
say?
not have a
We
sticker."
were going.
I
we
just
were
stayed quiet. I just
each
kept
of us were going 55.
You didn't stay quiet. That is completely out of
No,
your
I did.
nature.
Ask for Alex.
No
I
way.
did. I stayed
I
quiet.
don't buy it.
He didn't argue.
Yeah, no.
But
so
he
but
didn't
legit-
stay
so you-
quiet.
I did say
No
one
way.
thing. I did
Think
say one
of
thing.
this. Think of this. You've got a little sticker on your front fork that your plastic's kind of going front of.
Yeah.
You're going 55 and they're going 55 the other way.
There's a combination
you
of
can't
100.
Tell me
Negative.
that
You didn't
that's the
see-
first thing
You
yeah,
didn't see nothing.
full of crap.
So,
anyways,
but I wasn't gonna say anything, and I still have my helmet on, and Alex took his helmet off, and he's like, "I'm sure you know why we pulled you over," and Alex is like, he's like, "Yeah." Alex was just, he knew that he was.
I knew what I
He
did
knew he
wrong,
was
and I
cooked.
had seen videos that if you are like, "Hey, I know what I did was wrong. I'm not stupid. Like, I'm sorry," that they normally let you off. So I'm like, dude, I shouldn't have wheelied. We were excited to go riding, and I'm sorry. I know it's wrong.
So Alex is like, yeah, I know. And the guy's like, "Why are you pulling wheelies on the highway, man?" And I still have my helmet on, and I was like, "Dude, he just can't help it. He's a goon."
You said that exact thing, and I'm like, why did he
Like-
say that?
Shut up, Caleb.
I don't know why.
Tell
that's
him that
okay.
I'm not a goon and that it's not gonna happen again.
It was just like he couldn't help it. Anyways, it was pretty funny. I took my helmet off, and then he starts giving me crap about my bike because my bike ain't registered to me either, and it isn't
It
licensed,
was a bad deal.
and we don't have flags.
So and then he's like, "Well, do you have proof that you own this bike?" And
You
I
looked-
actually,
He looked up the registration.
I brought my title.
He pulled the VIN off Alex's bike.
No.
Yeah.
These guys are in side by sides.
Oh yeah, legit. He had his phone and he scanned it, and then he was just on his phone doing it. And I was like, dude, I actually have the title at the Airbnb. I was gonna register it down here, I just didn't because I actually went to try to register it, and they didn't have an appointment. It was a mess. So I was like, this is a joke. So I had my wife send me a picture of the title. I didn't even have my license. Luckily, I had a picture of it. He's like doing the full rundown, and he's like, I'm not. This was never registered in Utah. I'm like, yeah, it was. I was like, the guy I bought it from gave me the registration. He's like, it's not even pulling up in the system. So now I'm getting really nervous. Like he thinks I stole the bike.
And Alex doesn't look not suspicious. I mean, you look at the
mustache.
guy,
You know, mustache. And,
I mean,
Johnny Ringo.
we had shirts with no sleeves. We were looking like Harley riders.
you looked like a goon.
And then he goes, "Oh, I fat fingered it. Sorry, it's fine. It's pulling up." I'm like, really?
Alex is white.
Oh, dude.
So, anyways, he came up to Alex and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna just give you the ticket for no registration or something like that." And he looks at me and he's like, "And I'm not even gonna mess with you."
He's like, "You pulled over, and technically you didn't need to."
And I didn't even need to be there. The guy was hammering me like he could impound my bike. He was making all these threats, and he's like, "Yeah, you didn't even really need to pull over."
You're like, your lights were on. How was I supposed to know that you were looking at him, not me?
Yeah. So, anyways, that was our rundown, which brings up.
But hold on, just so everybody knows here, in the state of Utah, it's not reckless driving to wheelie yet.
Oh.
Yep.
They're
Yeah, he let us
trying
know
to do it so it's reckless driving, and if you do it again after the bill passes, you'll go straight to jail.
So we need to get in on
I
the
was a couple months
legislation.
early.
We need to get in on this legislation before it flipping passes. That's ridiculous.
That's pretty.
I mean,
pretty dumb.
So
Don't we
could-
have better things to do than take somebody to jail that's wheeling? Isn't there like drugs on the street, people getting killed?
Yeah,
like,
but
what
there's
the
also-
flip are we taking people to jail for doing wheelies? I mean,
have
that's
you not
pathetic.
seen the bullet bike riders wheeling down the highway and they wreck? I mean, that
Right.
would suck.
But
Like a couple dirt bikers that are like barely on the highway pulling a little wheelie. It's like he did the right thing. He didn't take me to jail. Said, "Dude, you probably shouldn't do that. Let me off." That's as much as it should have been.
I mean-
but I agree that shouldn't. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
Anyways.
think. I just don't think that it's. I mean, yeah.
kind of a
I've got
joke.
my opinion about. What do you think?
I
about
feel
wheelies.
I feel the same way.
You think it should be illegal?
I don't think there should ever be anything that puts anybody else at risk that's on the road. And I mean, technically, if you're a Karen, that could be putting somebody at risk. But if you're on a dirt bike and you know how to wheelie,
You're
No,
you're the one that's going to get jacked.
nobody
one
was
that's gonna-
behind us. Like it was pretty clear road.
We
It's
weren't
not like
speeding.
We were traffic.
yeah, like obviously you shouldn't be going on the freeway, trying to do a wheelie because that's way more dangerous. But you're in a 25 mile an hour zone and it goes up to 35 and you pull a little wheelie. Come on.
Yeah.
We're good.
I'm
We'll find somebody else to go give a ticket to. But did you pay the ticket? That's what's.
Ooh.
It hasn't even been 5 days. I can't call the court yet. Like that's how fresh it was. You gotta wait 5 days.
Well, you know what happens when you don't.
Oh, that's what you were
Me
getting at.
and Caleb might have to come get you again.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I'm just. No,
you weren't.
No, it was.
No, not when it happened, but to come get you.
Well, that's why it was funny because when he started talking about jail, I'm like, dude, not again,
Yeah,
and
when
especially on a weekend
Yeah.
when you couldn't get me out till Monday.
If we rewind the tapes here, Alex mentioned that he had bad flashbacks.
Yep.
We got to talk quick about a story that happened.
Alex has been to jail.
Dude, it's always when I'm with you. I think you're the problem.
And you never get in trouble.
No.
No, I've gotten in enough trouble. I've worn out the trouble for me. It's your guys' turn. So, this is one of my favorite stories ever, actually.
It's
All right.
freaking funny.
It's-
If you know Alex, it's funny.
way funny.
You gotta go. Okay, you gotta go back. Let's see. I got arrested in like 2022.
2022.
Wait, hold on. One quick thing before we go there. You got to know Alex for this story to be funny. Alex is the kind of kid that he would make himself sick because he didn't want to go to school because he was so stressed and tender, and like he doesn't do bad things. He's not a bad kid.
I am not a criminal.
He is not a criminal. He is so soft. I mean, take
He's
that
just-
for what it is. Like,
Thanks, Brad.
That's a good way to say it.
he's just
Brad, I'm
Yeah.
hard. I don't know what you mean. I've been to jail.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, Alex is, I mean, just like the story when you just said, I'm sitting here thinking, man, I any second he is gonna tear out of here, and we're gonna be on a Grand Theft Auto race out of here. And Alex is like, no, I didn't even think about that, not even once. That's Alex.
No, I'm not gonna try to outrun the cops. I've seen too many movies.
It went through Cabe's head.
That's because he's never been to jail.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Hold on. Who thought that I would be the first one out of us to go to jail? I
mean,
didn't.
But probably no, yeah.
You wouldn't have been first on my list.
It probably would have been me first on my list, then Brady, then you.
Yeah.
I could see Brady going to jail for not having like some sort of like not complying with something that you should be complying. Because you just kind of have an issue with authority.
Well, and the thing is, like, I don't put up with crap, like,
No.
don't BS me. Like,
Yeah, like
I
maybe
don't get
mouthing
pushed
off to a
around.
cop.
yeah, I'm not a butt kisser.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how popular you are.
Brady
You're going to
doesn't-
get treated the exact same with me.
Brady doesn't care how much it's going to cost him, too. You probably could have evaded a lot of tickets if you weren't just the way you were to the cop.
Yeah, and I'm
Don't evade
immediately
tickets.
irritated.
I mean, evade tickets in like you pull up, oh, I'm so sorry. And then, he's like, oh, I feel kind of bad. Brady's like, what the flip did you pull me over for?
You know what you did?
Guys,
No.
roll the window down. What?
Yeah. Well, just real quick before we get into there, that was that. Remember, you were with me that time. The cop comes up, pulls me over. I'm like, sir, you know why I pulled you over? No. Why? You don't have trailer lights. Oh, Caleb, did you not plug those in?
Wait a minute.
Well,
When was this?
With the boat, remember, in town?
You
I
threw me
remember
under the
that.
bus?
But no, I was just trying to, come up with a little bit of a story why the flip. It wasn't even my trailer, and I just had to pull it home. There wasn't even trailer lights on the trailer. So then after I said that, I was like, oh, flip. I should have thought about that. So he went back to his car, came back, and I see him looking as he's walking back, looking at the trailer, and then he looks again at where it would plug into the truck. Sir, what? Next time you get pulled over, don't BS me.
Just be honest.
Just tell me what's going on. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, your trailer don't even have lights. You did? I was like, all right.
He's like, have a good night.
Yeah, I was like,
we were
all right.
like, what? That was crazy.
Yeah,
we
so
were
anyway,
all there.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
All right, so it's 2022.
But hold
winter.
on. The story starts before that.
So wait a minute. I think it'll be better if you tell the story in
He is telling the
sequence.
story.
Oh, yeah.
Not chronologically. Like you go
Okay,
back.
Just
and explain.
just tell the arrest.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Alex gets arrested. It's 2022 winter. It's freezing
It's like-
outside.
Yeah, it's like
You're in
ish.
your truck. It's probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
It's dark.
Down at the restaurant waiting for you guys.
Oh, you
I had
were in with us.
Yeah, I told the waitress, "Hey, my brothers are going to be here any second."
And we
you guys
had
didn't
one of
show up.
our
Yeah, we're going to dinner together.
one of our uncles, Scotty, was up there
His
too.
boy was wrestling. That
Yeah.
we just went and
Yep.
watched.
So me and Caleb are in my truck, and it's got like a 6-inch lift,
It's
wide
sick.
tires, like no mud flaps, no fenders. The
Not
windows
registered.
were black. It
Yeah.
was registered,
It
actually. Yeah, one of my only trucks it was. The windows are. This truck is very illegal as far as like safety control goes. So, anyways, we're rolling through, and we're almost to where they are, and all of a sudden, cop lights show up, and you can barely see the cop lights because the windows are so dark. So, anyways, I'm like, flip. I don't want to deal with this. It was just annoying.
I don't think you were doing super well either. Like, I think you were a little bit down. Like, things weren't going your way a little bit. This was before we were doing videos every week.
Did
This
you
is-
have the long hair? And
Oh,
the-
yeah. Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you looked a
Yeah.
little sketchy back then.
I don't remember me being down. I thought I was fine.
Oh, maybe you were. Anyway,
Whatever it was.
Anyway.
Me and you were for some reason together.
Yeah.
I had drove up. I didn't even live up here yet. So we were in there. I pull into the parking lot and I roll all the windows down just to
shut the truck off.
Yeah, hope that he didn't see the windows.
There's no windows in this truck, sir.
And he comes up to the window. I roll him down. It was freezing. So I didn't want to have them down. I just had to because they were black. And he's like, I pulled you over because your windows are tinted. I'm like, well,
again,
can't you see that there's no windows here?
Okay, give me the ticket.
Again,
wow.
Very, very dumb. So anyways,
What happened to your mud
like,
flaps, sir? They fell off.
Are they not on there
Caleb,
anymore?
did you not put them on?
Caleb, did you not put them on?
It's always a little
We
brother.
always have them on.
Wait, I told you to put those on before we left. I'm sorry, sir. It's him you want.
Okay, anyways, he takes my registration, my license, and whatever. He goes back to his car to, see if you're a criminal.
We're just sitting there in the
We're
truck
just sitting
waiting
there
for
talking,
him.
whatever.
We've been pulled over before together.
Well,
Yeah.
the scary thing, too, is like when they pull up your record, you didn't have a good record from like your high school years because you got caught with no insurance. You got caught with
Yeah, I was
all
like
kinds of
16 and I had just fixed a Jeep, driving it around the block and I
Yeah.
get pulled over. That was a bunch
joke.
of
That
stupid
was
stuff.
BS.
And then
too.
I liked to speed back then. I had a bunch of speeding tickets, but they were all taken care of. I was like, it didn't even
We're not
cross
e-
my
no.
mind.
No,
I'm a
no.
clean kid. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. Like, I'm not. He's going to give me a window tint ticket and we're going to go in and have a burger with Braid and Scotty. So anyways, like me and Caleb keep talking and pretty soon I look back in my rearview mirror and there's like 4 police cars. And I'm like, Caleb, that's never good.
No.
You would get more than one cop.
No, they're squadding up.
Yeah, and that's when he like taps your roof and he's like,
Taps your
get
roof.
out of your car. No, that's just, anyways, that
You
didn't
couldn't
make
reach
sense.
the roof of your truck. Come on.
Yeah. So anyways, he comes back and I'm pretty calm. I'm like, I've had a window tint ticket before. It's like $80. It's whatever. And he goes, so you've got a warrant. And I'm like, what? What do you, for what?
You got the wrong guy, dude.
Yeah, I'm
got
like,
the
you
wrong
got to go
guy."
run it again. I don't have a warrant. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, yeah, you've got a warrant. It's statewide. He's like, usually they're just county-wide. This one's statewide. And I'm like,
You're like,
And that right there is where your heart just drops.
and then it's making sense why there's 9 cop cars there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is it?
Wait a minute.
Tell
We
me
didn't
what
know
it
what
is.
it was yet. He said, you need to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, he's like, can you come to the back of the truck with me? I'm like, sure.
And I'm like, Alec, I'm sitting there in the passenger seat and I'm like, this isn't actually happening. Alex is getting arrested.
Did you really think that when I got out?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
they never
what else
tell
is
you.
gonna
Yeah,
happen?
they never.
In my innocent mind, I was like, he's gonna come back and he's gonna tell me. Let's see. No, he didn't
Secretly?
even tell me I had a warrant. Then he came up and he's like, hey, could you come to the back of the truck with me? Because I remember thinking he's gonna come and tell me that I don't have mud flaps and this and that, and he didn't want to do it in front of my brother and that. So I I happily got out.
No,
Yeah,
he said, "Will you step out of the vehicle?" And I was like, because I remember
fine.
I remember when that happened, I almost lit up because I'm me, and I was almost like, "Have you got a flipping like search warrant? That you're not because they normally tell you to step out of the vehicles, they want to search the vehicle, and I'm like, that's freaking overstepping your bounds. Like we're not getting out of the vehicle. What's going on?
I didn't even have a
say
problem
anything.
with it. I was like, he's gonna tell me something about my windows being too dark and whatever. So
Give
I
you
get out.
father-son talk.
Yeah,
With
He's
his
gonna- yeah, with his
hand
arm around
your
me.
yeah. He steps out. They've got the canine unit there.
Yeah.
So I step
Alex
out
is
and I
like,
look
"Oh."
back. There's 5 cops and like 4 cop cars. I'm like,
They were
kind of
everywhere.
starting
SWAT
to put
team.
it together. And he's like, I go back to the back of the truck, and he's like, "You've got a warrant." And that's when it hit me. I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. You got the wrong guy."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "No, you had a ticket from last year that you didn't pay. And I'm like, you have a warrant for that? A statewide warrant for being 6 months late on paying a ticket.
And I think I got out of the truck at this point. I
You
was,
did.
I
You
was,
got
I
out,
was behind
and
there.
you kind of were starting to get fired up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does this mean? I was like, can I just give you some money? Like, you're not actually going to take me to jail over this.
And he's like, no,
He's like, I have to.
you're coming to jail.
He's like, it's my job. I have to bring you in. And I'm like, no, there's no way I'm going to jail tonight. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, people go to jail for driving drunk, that kind of thing. I was like, that was an $80 ticket that I didn't pay like 6 months ago, and I have a warrant.
Wait a minute, though, because the best part is we're like, well, what was the flipping ticket? And the guy pulls up his thing, and it was a mud flap ticket.
No mud flaps.
No mud flaps
Freaking mud flaps.
from 6 or 8 months ago or something like that.
So we both started laughing.
I was
We're
like,
like,
I was
you're
dying.
joking.
I
you were
was-
going to bring me to jail over mud flaps.
Dude, it's not a good look for me to explain the way I was with that guy, because like, you did break the law. You broke the law.
The problem was the officer was really cool.
He was cool.
He was a very cool guy.
He was cool.
He even thought it was ridiculous. He's like, I've never seen this before. He's like, I don't know why it's a statewide warrant. He's like, normally it would be in the county it came in, but we're 2 counties over from the county that it happened. He's like, I've never seen this. He's like, I just have to.
But I looked him in the face and I was like, you're telling me you are taking him to jail for a mud flap ticket? Not even like a driving infraction. Like a what do they call that?
Well, exactly what you said, like a moving violation.
A moving violation, or not even like a possession of an illegal firearm, or not even like a possession of drugs. You are taking him to jail for a mud flap ticket. I was like, I just want you to look at me in the face and tell me that's exactly what's going on.
in front of like 9 cops.
Yeah.
We were like, you guys all are taking me to jail for no mud flaps, just so you know.
And
this is ridiculous.
At that point, it kind of got funny to me, if you
Yeah.
remember right.
It kind of got funny to both of us.
I pulled out my phone and I started recording because Alex is getting handcuffed.
Well, and the thing too was I was coming up to stay with my parents. I hadn't seen him in a minute, and so I texted my mom. I'm like, I'm coming up tonight, you know. So she was expecting me.
Well, I'm still sitting there too, putting off the waiter while this is happening. I'm like, what is going on?
So anyways, he's like, all right, turn around. I got to handcuff you. And I'm like, really? Look at my record. There's no history of violence,
Yeah.
anything. He's like, dude, I have to.
You're like,
Like,
dude,
so
just,
he-
I'll hop on your bag. I'll piggyback me to your cop car. Like, come on.
I'm like, dude, can I ride in the front? And he's like, no. So I'm like, whatever.
He starts handcuffing Alex. I pull my phone out and I'm taking a video for mom because I'm all excited about
Well,
this.
and the best part about this, and if you knew our mom, she's the sweetest lady ever, and she worries a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Just because we're crazy boys, we just do dumb things. She's worried about us. So I'm handcuffed, and as he is putting me down in the back of his car, my phone starts to ring.
Oh, yeah.
And you're recording outside, and I start to giggle, and I look at the officer. The officer's like, you want me to get that? So I'm like, sure. So I'm handcuffed. I lean over, and he grabs a phone out of my pocket and shows me, and it's mom.
Yeah.
While I'm getting in the back of a cop car. And he's like, do you want me to answer it? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so he answers and puts it on speaker, and he's holding it. The cop is holding my phone. And I'm like, hey, mom, what's up? She's like, hi, honey, when are you going to get here? I'm like, well, it might be a little later than I thought. And she's like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, well, I'm in the back of a cop car. And she starts laughing. She's like, that's funny. When you going to get here? I'm like, no, I'm legit. I'm going to jail right now. And so she starts to get worried. She's like, I'm coming right now. What do you need? Like, I'll be at the jail, before you even get there. I'm like, Mom, it's all good. Like, Caleb's here. He's got my truck. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. And I was like, I got to go. So he hangs out.
So they put you in the back of the cop car, and I'm telling the cops, I'm like, so this is pathetic. He's obviously going to be able to get out tonight, right? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, should I just follow you guys over there? And they're like, well, it's going to take a second to process him. It's probably going to take an hour and a half or so or whatever. So I was like, all right, well, what do I do? So they take Alex, and I go into the restaurant. Me and Brady have dinner while Alex is getting processed at the county.
And then,
When you say processed, I think of Rambo when he gets arrested and they hose him down.
well, geez, that kind of happened. Not to that extent.
It was
in there. That was
Dude,
kind
It
of
was pretty
traumatizing.
traumatic, wasn't it?
I wouldn't call it trauma, but it was not cool. Like, continuing with the story, he gives me my phone back, and anyways, he shuts the door, and we start driving towards the jail, and I'm just talking with him. I'm like, asking him, just dumb questions, and just trying to be nice to him, because I'm like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to run. Like, I'm not a criminal. Like, this is crazy. And he was telling me how stupid this was, and so we pull up to the jail, and he types in this code, and the gate opens, and he goes up and he hits a button, and this garage opens. So we pull into this garage thing, and there was no one else in there. It was late at night in a county that's dead. It's not very many people. So anyways, we get out of the car. It's freezing. Like, it's really cold, and I think I only had a shirt. I don't think I had a sweatshirt or anything. And he opens the door, and we walk through this little hallway, and then it like opens up into a T. So like there's a hallway and then two hallways, and then there's two holding cells on each side of this hallway. And then there's glass that separates kind of like the holding area into like where the jail cells are and where the office is, like where there's officers on computers and stuff. You could see through it. So anyways, he's like, hey, take your shoes off. He made me give him my phone and my wallet and stuff. And this nurse came in and COVID tested me, because this was after the big COVID thing. She stuck the flipping thing up my nose, and like, just not fun. Late at night, I'm freezing. I'm in jail. And anyways, the cop was cool. He's like, hey, I got to take off, dude, but like, let me know if you need anything. I'm like, there's nothing you can do. So he takes off, and I sit there. They didn't put me in a cell because obviously I'm not, going anywhere. And anyways, after that, the COVID test was negative or whatever. So I remember a cop, like, he must have pushed a button and talked over the intercom. He's like, hey, dude, you can come in here now. So he pushes another button, and these doors open. I walk through, the doors close, and there's cells all around the room, and then there's an office in the middle, there's some chairs, and then there's a phone on the wall. And I'm like, can I call my brother and tell him, what time to be here, kind of thing? Like, I'm getting out tonight, right? And he's like, yeah, you should be good. We're just doing some paperwork. And I'm like, I don't know his number. I was like, I don't have his number memorized. And so he actually let me get my phone, get his number, but he still made me call him from the jail phone. So I dial up the thing, and it was you, right? And
it was like a weird phone thing, and it was like, you're receiving a call from Logan County Sheriff's Department. Would you like to accept? Press 1. And I was like, this must be Alex, right? So I hit it, and you're like, do you remember what that conversation was like?
I don't. Do you?
I don't actually remember. I remember it was pretty short.
I think I was just like, hey, he said like 20, 30 minutes maybe, or maybe it was an hour or two. Because the cop was like, it's going to be a minute or whatever. So I just told you, like, this is what you need to bring, because we had to have cash. They wouldn't take a card. And I just had to pay the bail, which was the ticket amount, which was like $80 or $100. And I was like, just bring, I think the money was in my truck or something. I was like, just bring $100 cash and we'll be good. And meet me here at this time.
I should have been like, dude, no sweat. I'm going to bring the guys. We're going to get you out of there, man. Stay ready.
That would have ended good for me.
Good. That would on a recorded line.
So anyways, I hang up, and the guy doesn't make me go in a cell. There's just chairs out there. And he's like, dude, I can't believe you're in here. Everybody was shocked that I was in there. And I'm like, I'm as shocked as you are. I don't have shoes. I don't have socks. I don't have a jacket. It's still freezing in there. I don't have anything but my pants and my shirt. And so I'm cold, sitting in this cold room on a chair, nothing to do. And he wouldn't let me have my phone. He held all my stuff. And I'm sitting there for probably 30 minutes. He's processing all my paperwork, whatever. And, actually, he did make me get up, takes a picture of me for my mugshot, I think.
Can we get that?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It would be kind of fun.
Dude, we need to get that.
I don't know.
Were you thinking, like, while you were sitting there twiddling your thumbs, like, this is the new me? This is my life. This is me now.
This is the life of a criminal.
No, I did not.
I need to accept
It
this
was-
life.
Dude, it was a scary feeling, actually. Like,
You were
and
roached.
I'm going to get into this because after he took my picture, I went and sat back down. They were super cool. And there was only 2 officers doing paperwork in the thing. And these chairs, you could see through the glass into where I came in and they COVID tested me. And there's this glass wall with doors. They were closed. But I remember seeing this officer woman. She brought in these 2 pretty big Mexican dudes that were all tatted up, looking pretty ratty. I was like, holy crap. I was like, I weigh a $150 soaking wet.
And you're anticipating them coming through those doors and into the area you're in.
They will eventually, yeah. So I'm kind of like side-eyeing, like watching them because
Holy
I'm kind of
flip.
nervous. I don't have a gun. I don't have a knife. Like, I have nothing.
They're just going to come randomly beat up the little white kid sitting in the
Hold
chair.
up, hold up. You think that's funny until you hear what happens next.
You'd be terrified. Don't act.
for sure.
Well, I'm watching them, and I see this officer, this woman. She was like 3 feet shorter than these dudes. They were huge. She takes their handcuffs off, and as soon she took the one dude's off, and he sat there. She took the other dude's handcuffs off, and right as the second dude got his handcuffs off, they start tackling this officer.
No.
I thought I
The
told
lady?
you guys this. Yeah, they start tackling her and like trying to beat her up.
No.
My heart starts because all this dividing us is this wall, right?
That
glass?
opens.
That opens, and all these alarms start going off, and officers start running in. The doors open, and it takes like 5 of these officers to like tackle these dudes and handcuff them again. And I'm like, what did I just watch? And as that happened, an officer came and grabbed me, put me in a jail cell, and was like, "You're gonna be safer here, I promise." Puts me in the thing, and I'm like, this is not happening right now. No way am I living this.
That's like a dream,
It
dude.
was terrifying. So they finally handcuffed these dudes, and they put them in those 2 cells that you could see like on the other side of the wall. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
You're just staring them down. Did you kind of have like a mean look on your face?
Yeah, I was
you were
like-
tough.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to look hard.
Like- I was trying to look hard.
Your neck was
Yeah, I was
up like
flexing
that.
a little bit.
Or did you
Right.
take your shirt off
I had
or anything?
fists and stuff. So then they bring me back out of the jail cell. Everything calms down. I sit back in the chair and I look up and I can see through the wall, through the dude's cell, and he is staring me down. It scared the crap out of me
Did
because
you
I'm
give
like,
him the stink eye?
Brad, I hope you get arrested one day. It was terrifying, dude. You can't leave.
No.
Like
Yeah.
like somebody makes you uncomfortable, you go in another room. You can't do that. You're stuck in that room. Like you
Dude,
just can't do
can
anything.
you imagine prison?
Oh
We
my
would
gosh.
get squished like a bug
I don't
in
even,
prison.
I honestly I don't even like thinking about it. It scared me so bad. Like it's terrifying.
well,
So,
when we rolled up,
I'm
to
not
get you,
done.
You should have mooned
wait,
him.
The
there's
story's not over. 30 more minutes goes by. I'm still in that chair. The dudes are still in their thing. And I remember there was an officer that came in on the other side of the room and they opened the door. And I remember the officer being like, "Hey, are you awake? Like, get up." They were checking on somebody. And I kind of gathered that this dude was like sleeping. So they're like trying to wake him up. And all of a sudden, this guy starts going crazy, trying to tackle and beat up these officers, or the one officer. And I'm looking over the thing like, I'm like 30 feet from this, and there's some bald, deranged, like criminal trying to take out these officers. I'm like, if he grabs their gun or their taser, like I'm dead. Like maybe he won't shoot me because I'm one of them. You know, I'm hard like him. We're in there for the same thing.
Yeah, you would have helped him beat up everybody.
We would have got out. So anyways, alarms start going off again. The officer grabs me, puts me back in the cell, and like 10 more officers rush in. It took like 10 guys to take down this one bald guy.
Didn't he not have any clothes on?
He was naked.
Really?
No.
Straight, dude, I'm not kidding. This was like traumatizing. Like this part, watching that in the moment, I couldn't believe this was real life. It felt like a dream. And I remember it was so bad. Like the dude must have been on drugs because he was going so hard and it took all of them to get down. And I see this as they're still, everybody's moving. You can't see him anymore. He's on the ground and a nurse walked in. And I remember the nurse walked over there, stopped for a sec, and then went down. And then he just calmed down. So I'm imagining that they put a needle, something to calm him down. And all of a sudden he just like went to sleep. And they chained him to a wheelchair, wheeled him past me. That's how I saw that he was naked, and put him in a cell next to me. And I'm just like, this can't be real life. Like,
where is my brothers?
Yeah. I'm like, please let me out. Those things scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, jail is just, you think jail would suck because it's like, you're in there and it sucks. You don't, whatever. When you're in there, the feeling of not being able to leave is horrible.
Yeah.
It was not cool.
Well, I remember when because like when the terms we left on, it was kind of funny. I was I'd normally make fun of a lot of the sort of things, but we left on pretty good terms. I thought you were going to come out, we were going to giggle about it, and it was going to be funny. When we rolled up and we were having to go through this process to get him out, I remember when you came through the door and like, I think I cracked a joke or you said something funny and you were like, you weren't like mad, but you were like, I just could tell by the look on your face and the vibe you had that you were just like,
let's get out of here.
Yeah. You were like, it wasn't funny anymore. And like, it was serious and you were nervous. And I was like, geez, what the flip happened?
That had to have been like just the couple. You were in there for way more than just 45 minutes to an hour.
Probably
a couple
2
hours.
3 hours. Yeah.
I swear it was like 2 I swear it was like 2 in the morning because it was
it's pretty late.
Everybody was like
gone.
Yeah, because me and you were worried. Like, is there like a checkout? Like,
yeah, they shut this thing down.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be able to get him. He's gonna have to spend the night here. We get him tomorrow morning. Like, he ain't gonna like that. And yeah, like.
I wish so bad that we would have been, because like I said, this was before we were making videos every week. I wish so bad I would have filmed that whole like thing and had it. I took one video and like I've been looking forever trying to find a video or a picture of you in the cop car, and like I can't find that video.
I remember you taking one.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And mom's voice was in it, and then I sent that to the family group chat, and dad's like, what the heck is this? And I was like, Alex just got arrested, but he's all good.
He thought it was a joke, I think.
Yeah, everyone thought it was a joke. But
that's something Dad really don't like.
No.
He's pretty serious about that. Like, hey, like, are you kidding me? He's gonna stand up for us every single time.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure. I just think it's crazy that like, I mean, I'm a huge supporter of like law enforcement, especially with like all the, crap people are doing to law enforcement these days, and then like the system a lot of times doesn't stand up for the officers too. Like it's not an easy thing to be an officer.
Do you imagine what the world would be like without them?
Oh, it'd be yeah. It'd be insane.
It'd be insane.
Terrible world. Yeah. Terrible world. I think it's really at the end of the day, like you get mad at the officer because the officer does have a little bit of a say, and it has a little bit to do with, the way that things turn out for you. But at the end of the day, stupid laws are passed by the legislation of the state or the federal law. And at the end of the day, that's what you ought to have an issue with. But man, it is just so frustrating sometimes with stuff like that. Or like you get pulled over, for something just stupid. And it's like, don't you have something better to do? Like,
that was the dumb thing about the whole thing was that truck. I had that truck for like 2 or 3 years. The lift, the wheels, the tires, I never had any problems with it. Like, it wasn't outrageous. It was lifted. The tires stuck out a little bit, but it's not like, it wasn't like some things. And I was just driving around one day. Actually, I was in the Wendy's drive-thru, and I see a cop, and I saw him pull in, and I could tell he was looking at me. And so I went and parked in the Wendy's parking lot, ate my food. He didn't leave. And then I'm like, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I get back on the road, and that's when he pulls me over. Like, he obviously targeted me or saw my truck before or whatever. Gives me a ticket for mud flaps. He was so rude.
really?
Just a jerk. And it just made me mad. And at that point, I was trying to sell the truck. It was like the next couple weeks, the truck sold, and I just forgot about the ticket because the truck was gone.
Mm.
And I never called about it because it didn't occur to me that I had a ticket outstanding, because normally you see your truck, you're like, oh, it doesn't have mud flaps, I should probably pay the ticket. It was gone. And so I forgot about it. It's not like
you were living the bachelor life too. It probably got put in your, on your floorboard and forgot about it.
It went through the washer. No one saw it again. Yeah. But you better not forget about this wheelie ticket. Or wait, it's a registration ticket.
Yeah. I don't mess around with that anymore.
If you don't, and you go to jail again, everybody's going to see, because it's definitely going to get filmed, and it's going to be pretty funny.
I will not go back to jail.
That's good.
Good.
Me and Cable come get you every time. Just keep that in mind if it ever does happen again.
Absolutely.
I'll be there to come get you guys too, because you guys still need to experience it.
Yeah, maybe we will one day.
Maybe
when these videos catch up to us, like doing a kite tube.
Yeah. My gripe with the whole, we'll put this to bed after. My gripe with the whole mud flap thing is, if you think about your tire, if there is a rock on the road, where is that rock going to come off of? Does it matter how tall your tire? If you were driving a monster truck on the road, you think it would
stay in the tread all the way to the top?
Or if it's going to flick the rock out, where's it going to come out? It's going to come out right at the bottom where it gets flicked by the tire, at the very bottom. It don't matter if you're in a flipping Camry, a Honda Civic, a monster truck. Every tire's going to flip that rock the exact same.
I've gotten more rock chips from little cars than trucks.
Oh, for sure.
And there's no telling where that rock's going to go. Yeah. It'll come into oncoming traffic. It doesn't matter. It don't matter if you're behind a flipping semi-truck.
But it's the lifted trucks that do the most damage.
Well,
are you kidding me?
I actually took a criminal justice class in high school, and part of the explanation for this is that there was some famous criminal. I can't remember who it was.
Alex?
Al Capone?
No, it wasn't Alex, but he was like that. Oh. Famous criminal, renowned. Anyways, they caught this guy because they stopped him for like no registration or something. And so I think they make like a million of these stupid laws that law enforcement can pull you over for, mostly to see if you're like on the FBI's most wanted list. That's a really good way for them to catch you.
Yeah, it's their excuse, because then it's legal to ask for your ID
and ask for your ID. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
I don't think that, I don't know. We just kind of get on the crap end of that stick because it's always us that these stupid laws apply to, that isn't trying to catch a criminal and do the right thing, to take somebody in. But
when you think about it, because a mud flap ticket's like $80, they wasted how many officers' lives? How many freaking
Dude,
hours in
they
jail.
had nothing better
Over
to do.
$80. They took me out of my free life, locked me up so they could get their $80.
They had
What
nothing
a
better
joke.
to do,
That's
dude.
not even like accounting for the fuel that the cop was using to pull you over.
Yeah,
The both times.
dude.
The cop car, the insurance.
We gotta be careful about the
Absolutely
way
a
that
joke.
Crazy.
we love law enforcement. The world would suck without law enforcement. We back the blue around here.
It's not necessarily the cops. It's like you said.
It's the stupid
lawmakers.
legislation. Exactly.
Yeah,
That camera shut off. I don't know if you noticed that. The
Well,
flipping fan.
we need to wrap this up. So that didn't go where I thought it was going to go, but there's the story.
Of the way Alex went to jail. I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty good here.
I kind of don't like talking about
I can
it.
see it in Alex's eyes. He doesn't love talking about that.
No, he
I don't
doesn't
think
like
I
talking
would
about it.
either because
No,
it is a bit traumatizing
it
in
is.
a way.
Prison is the scariest thing to me. Like, that is my worst fear now. Just feeling how jail felt. Like, that's terrifying. So,
It's not good.
coming from my mouth, I will never do anything.
For sure.
Is
That
that
will
why
put me
you
there.
started going to the gym a lot after? So you could be big and
Ooh, in case he did end up in the slammer,
You
he's not
need-
going to end up.
or you could beat up everybody
cop.
in there. Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe you should go get a
hope
ton
one
of
of you
tattoos.
guys go to jail
Dude,
so bad.
Brady keeps
Oh,
making jokes about it. It's not that
I
funny.
can't wait.
But everybody watching, make sure you stay safe. Keep, let's see.
Pay your tickets.
Pay your tickets. Everybody watching, make sure you stay safe. Pay your tickets. Don't go to jail. Listen to the police. And make sure you're subscribed.
Get involved to legislation.
Get involved. Get involved because wheelies are going to probably turn into reckless driving soon. Make sure you're subscribed to the Peck Brothers Show, and we will see you guys next week.